Hey, what's up, guys? So I keep seeing these videos and memes and stuff of the bodybuilder and podcaster Bradley Martyn, and I think he's interviewed like six different professional fighters, and he's he's asked each one of them who would win in a street fight, me or you. And they look at most of them kind of look at him like, "Were you stupid? I'm a professional fighter. Of course I would win." But he's like, "Oh, but I'm so much bigger than you, stronger than you, whatever." Which is true. In terms of just lifting weight and muscle mass, which is something that matters in a fight. I would argue it actually matters less in a street fight than like maybe a kickboxing or boxing match, but we'll get into that. I can't tell. I think he's kidding. I don't know. He might be serious. He might have a big enough ego to think that just because he's 260 pounds and a strong, bodybuilder, that he could just, he said this basically, he could just grab them and like throw him on the ground head first and like kill him or something. That's, I guess, I don't know, his freaking modus operandi when it comes to street fighting. Like that's a strategy. But not only has he told him this strategy, it's such an obvious strategy from a bigger guy, right? Like you don't want to get grabbed by a bigger guy in a street fight. Probably would be a game over. Not necessarily, but it's not great. It's not where you want to be. But yeah, I can't tell if he's serious or if he's just trying to be entertaining and like joke around and like say something controversial. I think it might be the latter, but I don't know. He might be dumb enough to think he could actually beat these people. People like Nate Diaz. Uh, God, who else? He's talked to like Nate Diaz comes to mind in particular because he asked him this question. Nate's like, "You're a podcaster, brother." Like, why are you asking me this? It's pretty fucking great. He has several other people I can't recall right now. It doesn't really fucking matter. They're all like high class professional fighters. Even if they weren't, honestly, even if they were just dudes who train consistently, they could probably 99% of the time beat the shit out of Bradley Martyn in a street fight. What people don't understand, man, is I think a lot of people are like, oh, like, you got rules in kickboxing, or you got rules in boxing, or wrestling, or mixed martial arts, or whatever that protect you. But if it's a real fight, I'm just, I'm gonna see red and just fucking like do anything I gotta do to take you out. And it's like, but bro, you're not trained, and they are. And just because they're obeying rules in their sport doesn't mean they're gonna obey them in real life. Like, what the fuck? What is your logic? What is this logic you're working with? There's no rules. There's no rules for you or them. They're trained. All of a sudden they can use their super powerful kicks to kick you in the balls and just fucking now your junk doesn't work the rest of your life. You know what I mean? They can punch you in the throat. You know what I mean? It's just like, and he like literally kill you. That can kill you and like quickly. You know what I mean? Like what? Come on, man. People just don't get it, man. Some people. I've met people in real life like this too that are just like, yeah, man, like all I do is lift weights, and for some fucking reason, I think I can like beat anybody. And it's like if that's the reason you lift weights, I feel like you'd be better off training mixed martial arts or something. Like if your kind of goal is like, oh, I want to like be able to protect myself, why are you lifting weights? Go to a mixed martial arts gym. You can lift weights on the side. Being strong and fit obviously helps for self-defense, but if you don't know what the hell you're doing, go learn, go train, and stick with it. For a long time. Don't just be like, oh yeah, I took like 3 karate classes and I'm good to go. It's like, no, dude, you better train for like years, at least like 1 year or something. To get something to build that muscle memory. Like I don't really train anymore, but I trained like hard pretty much for 10 years of my life, and I still have those skills in my muscle memory. They can still like come out every now and then, like literally like maybe twice a year. I'll just kick the heavy bag or something, for instance, and like I still got it. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta, it's not gonna just be like a month of Muay Thai or something, or like a few months of jiu-jitsu, or some shit. Like you gotta stick with it for a while to gain any kind of proficiency. It's gonna like stick around. You know what I mean? People are nuts, man. They really don't understand like how martial arts works, dude. And again, I don't know if this Bradley dude is just being controversial and edgy, humorous. If he's serious, he's a fucking idiot. Let me tell you a story, man. I think I've told this before too. The scariest dude I ever sparred with, and at the time, I was a small guy. I was probably like 145 pounds. This guy was smaller than me. He was like 120 pounds and like 5'4" or something. You know what I mean? But, but he was like, I think he was like a state wrestling champion in his weight class in high school or something. And when I sparred with this guy, I was going down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was going down. There's shit fuck I could do. I was going to the ground. He was taking me to the ground. There was nothing I could do. If I tried to struggle against it, he would fuck me up. Like, every kind of like escape route, that I would try to defend myself, he would cut it off viciously. Like, everything he did to like manipulate his body and my body hurt like shit. He was just so good and like powerful at these particular moves. He had done his whole freaking life practically. I think it started, he said, when he was like 7 or something, 7 years old. So, if he was like, I assume 18 or something when I met him, that's 11 fucking years of wrestling, Scariest dude I ever sparred with. It again, and he was smaller than me. 120 pounds, 5'4", something like that. Possibly lighter, I don't know. He was small. He was probably the smallest guy I ever sparred with. But he was kicking everybody's ass. Like, it was insane, dude. The guy was unbeatable. I don't think the whole time this guy was around to spar with, I think it was only a few months before he like joined some other club. Like, this is in like the grappling club at the University of Georgia. I think he joined some other club like after. But the whole time he was there, a few months he was there, I never saw him a single freaking time in a bad position, And he even got challenged by some MMA guys to like MMA sparring, kick their asses too. He might have gotten like punched a few times, but it didn't even fucking matter. Like, he would take you down at will. There's zero things they can do about it. And I'd say at least half the guys in our club who were sparring were like, at least over 180 pounds. And there's a few guys that are probably like 270 pounds or more. And this fucking guy that was less than half their size was just taking them down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, fuck all you could do against this guy. It doesn't matter how big or strong you are. There was even a guy in the club that was like a bench pressing. I think it was like what state? I want to say like Tennessee junior state champion in like powerlifting, and he had like a bench press like fucking national record or some shit. At least that's what he told us. I don't fucking know. I did see him bench a lot in person, so I assume it's true. It's like over 400 pounds or something. And the guy, you know, these were junior records, so I guess he was a teenager when he lifted this much. Pretty crazy. Very strong, powerful dude. Probably weighed like, I don't know, 200-ish pounds. Even this guy, you know what I mean, couldn't do jack fuck all. You know? All this to say, when somebody's so skilled, size does not matter, especially when it comes to something like wrestling or mixed martial arts. Now, maybe boxing or kickboxing, where it's like only striking, and you like have to like stand on your feet and throw freaking punches or kicks or whatever, then maybe the bigger guy can have like, you know, more of a puncture's chance, as they say. But if you're you know, putting if you can do anything, if you're talking about a street fight, anything goes, good fucking luck, dude. Especially against a professional, like, you know, champion or like top 10 contender mixed martial artist. RIP, dude. You know, like there's zilch you can do. I'm telling you, man. People don't get it. There's so many levels to this too, you know? I mean, I've never sparred with like a high-class professional, but I've sparred with like, you know, guys who have had maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 pro fights under their belt. Those guys are terrifying. You know, I've held pads for some of those guys, and literally every kick I felt in the core of my fucking soul. And you know, the pads are thick, like this fucking thick. And afterwards, like, you know, the next day, for instance, I can barely lift my arms. I've got purple and black bruises on my forearms from just holding pads. You know, like that's the force these dudes can produce. I can only assume the guys are at the top of the professional food chain probably are kicking like 2 or 3 times harder than that, and with more precision and better timing, you know. So, you know, one low kick, and we're talking about no rules, dude. You can kick a guy in the fucking kneecap, you know, with professional power and speed and accuracy. You ain't walking the rest of your life, dog. You're done. You're done. It's insane, man. Or yeah, or like, you know, anything, honestly. Like a fucking punch to the throat. You know, RIP, you know what I mean? Send some flowers. People are so crazy, man. Yeah, lifting weights does not equal fighting prowess. Interesting, I don't think anybody's gonna watch this thinks that, but if you do, just go to your local gym. You know, if there's a mixed martial arts gym or boxing or whatever in your town, go to your local gym and fuck around and find out. And have fun not getting your ass kicked. That's my advice. Anyway, y'all take care. Peace out. Later.